Alright guys, so we're going to start off with an entry from the daily huba that I've been using a lot, and it's going to lead into what I think is the easiest position to do the Aoki lock from, okay? So we start off in the daily huba like so, okay? Now this foot, I'm going to hook to the inside, okay, at his hamstring, and I'm going to start to turn him this way. Step this back again. Using my right foot as a hook to pull, as I also move from my left hip to my right hip, okay? Now, I reach for the other leg with my right arm, and you'll notice there's weight coming off of this foot now, okay? There's a lot of different things that can happen from this situation, but let's just assume that he continues to stay standing, okay? I'm gonna unhook the leg, okay? And as I turn him this way, I'm also gonna start to basically bring my hips back such that his weight starts to go in that direction as well. So if we start from the beginning again, we're here, I hook, I turn, I'm going here. Yeah, his hands may or may not actually go to the floor. It's okay, keep it on the floor. They may or may not actually go to the floor. That's not the most important part. What matters is that his weight is moving in that direction, okay? Now, I'm gonna take my left leg and you can turn your knee so that it goes inside this space behind his knee and your foot goes here, okay? Now from here, this left hand, which beforehand I was just kind of like gripping the calf, now becomes an ankle lock style grip, okay? Now from here, my left foot is in a really, really good position for the move we're gonna look at, okay? I'm gonna take my foot, put it pretty centered in his body, okay? Now, and don't fall down here when I do this. I'm gonna stretch him out, and I'm gonna connect my hands like this, okay? So go down to this knee for base. Yeah, so a lot of the times they'll go down to that knee for base, okay? My right foot is gonna go right here, and don't lean down, keep good posture. Yeah, but like coming towards me, yeah. My right foot's gonna go right here, okay? What this is gonna give me is two legs to push. I can push with both of my legs, okay? All right, what I'm gonna do with my hands here, so you'll notice the grip that I have, it's not quite like a rear naked choke, it's like right about here, okay? And what I'm gonna do is push and get as low as I can. So I'm trying to get, so I'll bring the weight just up a little bit. I'm trying to get the weight, the shin and the foot as far down as I can, obviously without having it come out, right? So if I'm up here, I'm not gonna be able to do the move that we're looking at, okay? I wanna slide everything down, okay? Right? Now, what I do is, I switch from this kind of a grip to this, okay? We're gonna talk a lot about this grip today, okay? This is a very, very useful grip, both for getting the heel where we want to get the Aoki lock, and then also to finish the Aoki lock, okay? So, I switch to this. Now, I turn my chest in this direction, okay? I don't want it facing up towards the ceiling at this point. I turn my chest in this direction. What you'll see starts to happen when I do that, let's say I had just one arm so you can see more clearly, the heel already kind of goes into place when I do that, right? So, if I'm here and my chest faces up towards the ceiling and I try to pull the foot onto my chest or rib cage area the way I want it, this is really, really hard. You're probably more likely gonna be getting like an ankle lock, okay? Which is a good move for sure, make no mistake. But if we're looking for the Aoki lock, this is not the foot position we want, okay? I can turn my chest, and when I turn my chest, you notice my right shoulder comes back. Do you see how it really easily pops into position here? Yeah, that's what we want, okay? Actually be a little lighter now, so holding all the weight yeah, this leg is holding up for a while. Okay, so I go here, and look, I turn, and I go here with my grip, and I'm gonna pull through my right bicep, and I pop the foot onto my ribs. As soon as the foot goes onto my ribs, basically right underneath my nipple, look at my left foot, guys. It's gonna go to his knee. Okay, we're gonna talk about the difference in foot positioning of each of my legs when we do this move, okay? For now, let's talk about this foot, okay? I want it initially here because this is gonna enable me more easily to elevate his hips, okay? But when it comes time to finish the Aoki lock, I want my foot closer to his knee, okay? We're gonna talk about that later when we talk about like braking mechanics and what this move is actually doing to the leg, okay? So, but for now, let's just look at the move from just doing it, right? So I'm gonna hook with my foot around the thigh, right on the outer part of the knee, okay? And I'm pulling tight here, okay? I don't wanna be loose, okay? Don't pull the foot out. I don't wanna be loose because he could pull the foot out, okay? I wanna be tight. It's gonna make it harder to pull the foot out. My shoulders are round at this point. Okay, now I'm gonna clamp my left elbow down to my hip. I'm gonna pull my right shoulder back, and I'm going to take this knee and compress internally. Okay, and what that's doing is, so sit down for me. What that's doing is, we're pushing the knee internally as we take the foot, we lock it like this, right? So he's not ballet footing, he's locked like this. The toes are getting pushed down and the heel's getting pulled up. Okay, we'll talk more about this later, but I think already it should kind of be obvious, like what other move is this starting to look like, right? If we're internally compressing the knee, we're locking the foot into place like this, or doing this to the foot, it's pretty much an inside heel look, okay? So again, let's look at it from the beginning. We start off in a daily huba. And guys, if you struggle with the entry, don't worry about it too much. The main thing I just want you guys to get right here is just the move itself. Okay, that's the focus of the seminar. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm gonna take this foot, I hook here. I start the first to tilt him towards the wall in that direction. I grab his leg. Now, I'm gonna tilt him this way. And we, stay right here for 1 second. I get this foot here, my knee is behind his knee, and I have this ankle lock grip. Okay, I'm holding here, right? There's lots of other things we can do here that are really good, right? So for instance, if he stayed standing, I can easily switch to the other side, that's good, right? Lots of things we can do, right? But one thing we can do, if this leg comes down, is immediately go into this. What I really like about this specific position is it's really easy to use both of my legs to push, okay? And then I can slide down on the leg here, okay? And it's gonna make it very easy to get the Aoki lock where we want it, okay? There's different positions to have this foot, okay? We'll talk more about those later. But initially, one thing I really like doing is having both of them at a position where I can push. I can push and bring my hips out, and then I can switch to this grip. I can turn my chest down, my right shoulder going back, pop the foot onto my ribs very easily. Now when you get this, the danger now is losing the foot. What you don't want to do is have him pull the foot out that way. Yeah, that can happen, especially if you're sweaty, okay? So the way we don't want to lose it now is by locking here, okay? Creating tension at the knee, and think of your right shoulder here. At first, obviously, you were going back to expose the heel, but now I want to come in to create tension between the sole of his foot and my ribs. Right here, there's very little tension there. When he goes to pull it back, it's not super hard. See how he can get that space? What I want is here, now when he goes to pull it back, it's a lot harder. In fact, he's also running into my left wrist. His heel is running into my left wrist, okay? So like right here, right? When he pulls it back, do you guys see what I'm talking about? Yeah. So we're here. Now the finish, the key is I'm twisting here, okay? As I'm internally compressing that knee, okay? And the closer you are to the knee with this foot, guys, the stronger the force is gonna be when you internally compress the knee, right? You could do it here, right? You can get it, but just see how much longer that took, right? This is much tighter, okay? Make sense, guys? All right, let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3. You okay? Yeah.